Dear students, my name is Nausheen and in today's session we are going to discuss about public debt. Public debt is a part of chapter 7 of public economics course, and in today's session we are going to focus our discussion only on the meaning, objectives and types of public debt. So what is public debt? Public debt is the debt which the government owes to its citizens or to other countries or to other citizens of different countries. We may also take public debt from external agencies. So, public debt may be borrowed from several sources, the details of which we will see later. Who are the lenders to the government? So, primarily the banks, there are business organizations and even individuals, high net worth individuals who give debt to the government. Now, why public debt is taken? Why the government borrows from the public? Main reason for public debt is to correct or to reduce fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit is nothing but the excess of expenditure of the government over its revenues. And as per the FRBM targets, the Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act targets, all governments, state governments and central governments are expected to reduce their fiscal deficit up to 3% of GDP. However, due to different reasons relating to development of the economy or the well-being of the people, many a times the expenditure far exceeds the revenue. That leads to a consistent difference between the target rate of fiscal deficit and the actual fiscal deficit. Currently in India, our fiscal deficit is between 3.5 to 4%, while the target for fiscal deficit is 3% of GDP. So, because of this reason, not only the central government but even the local, state and federal governments borrow loans from the public. And as they borrow these loans, they are also obliged to pay it back to the public. Let us see some important and popular types of public debt. One is known as internal and external debt. Another type is productive and unproductive debt, redeemable and non-redeemable debt, funded and unfunded debt, voluntary and compulsory debt. Internal and external debt. So internal debt is basically a very common source of loans which the government takes. Internal debt basically refers to the public loans floated within the country. So it's mainly taken from private individuals, business houses, commercial banks, central bank, non-banking financial institutions, etc. While external debt refers to the obligations of a country to foreign government or foreign nationals or international institutions. Some of them may be Asian Development Bank or IMF or World Bank or IBRD. So our debt, the public debt, has been taken by Indian government since a very long time post independence, and one of the times when India had taken public debt from IMF and World Bank was in 1990s. So in 1990s, Indian economy was suffering from economic crisis, and we were having very less foreign exchange reserves left for even importing for 1 week. So Indian government had to borrow from these external institutions, and these were conditional loans. So in return of the loan amount that we received from IMF and World Bank, Indian government had to initiate the LPG scheme, Liberalization, Privatization and Globalization scheme, which is popularly known as New Economic Policy. Now, what are the sources? What are the primary sources of internal debt? So, internal debt is raised mainly from market loans, which are basically loans from the open market operations, government bonds, treasury bills, these are short term, ways and means advances, special securities issued by RBI, Kisan Vikas Patras, and provident funds, as well as some reserve funds which may be there with the post offices or the bank. Some other sources of external debt are bilateral borrowings, which means borrowings between two countries. There may be multilateral borrowings also. And then external debt is also received from Asian Development Bank, International Monetary Fund, and World Bank. So these are the primary sources of external debt in India. Another type of public debt is short-term, medium-term, and long-term debt. So short-term debt basically refers to loans for a period of less than a year. Medium-term are loans which are from a period of 1 to 5 years. Long-term loans are from a period of more than 5 years. Sources, what are the sources for short-term debt? So mainly the short-dated treasury bills which are available for 91 days or 182 days. These are generally used to cover the temporary deficits which are there in the government budget. Medium-term debt, which is for the period of 1 to 5 years, can be obtained from open market operations, and these market loans are generally taken in order to cover expenditure on public welfare, on relief work, on health, education sector. While long-term debt, which is mostly for a period of more than 5 years, is taken by government bonds. The primary source is government bonds. Mostly it is taken for development projects or for financing the deficit. Debt can also be classified into productive and unproductive. So productive debt is used for basically raising the productive capacity. So public debt is said to be productive if the investment yields an income which will not only meet the interest payment of the debt but also repay the principal over the long run. It's mainly utilized for development activities like railways, roadways, or power generation, and it is self-liquidating in nature. As I earlier said, revenue raised is enough to pay the principal as well as interest payments. Unproductive debt is basically a debt which is not productive. So many times governments borrow loans which do not yield any income, and they may be utilized for transfer payments. Transfer payments basically implies for giving subsidies or for giving pensions or for giving financial assistance to students. So in return of these payments, government is not going to earn anything, and they are generally a net burden on the economy because they are not given in exchange of any service or any other activity. So unproductive debt is a net burden on the economy. Other types of debt which we can include in today's session are voluntary and compulsory. So voluntary debt is basically referring to public loans. So many times voluntary loans are the ones which are given by the public without compulsion. So they are of voluntary nature, and the individuals and institutions are invited to purchase, say, bonds, government bonds, or some government schemes which are voluntary in nature. So people invest in such schemes because they tend to offer higher returns, and interest rates are generally higher in such schemes. While the compulsory debt is different, it's actually not even common in modern times. Government may have to exercise its authority or pressure for getting loans during some emergencies or during times of war or major natural disasters. So in such cases, government may obtain loans from banks, business houses, financial institutions directly, as voluntary debt may not be possible. So during times of crisis, whether it's natural disaster or war, people may not be willing to give debt on a voluntary basis, because of which government has to exercise compulsion. Even in India, this type of voluntary debt has been taken during 1973 near the war, and even in 1960s. So there was a compulsory deposit scheme in India where the taxpayers had to compulsorily deposit a prescribed amount, and if they did not do so, then the defaulters were punished. So this was a classic example of compulsory debt. Another classification of public debt is redeemable and non-redeemable. So redeemable loans are those loans which the government promises to pay off in the future at a specified date. So they have some fixed maturity, and loans are repaid out of either revenue receipts or by raising further loans. While non-redeemable do not have a fixed maturity, however, that doesn't mean that they do not have to be paid back. Interest has to be paid on such loans regularly. Normally, governments do not resort to such debts because, again, it is difficult to pay it back, and it tends to add on the burden of the government. So these are some of the types of public debt which are popular in economic theory. We would be meeting again to discuss some more topics relating to public debt in our next session. Till then, all of you take care and have a great day ahead. Thank you.